Hey everyone, welcome back to a new video. Now, a few months back I made an announcement video that Philips had a new brand called Evnia, and they were aiming to make products that were less gamer aesthetic with the aggressive styling that we generally have seen. They had three different tiers to their products. There was a 3000, 5000 and then a 7000. We saw a lot of the 5 in the 7000, so I think there was a couple of 3000 things, but they focused more on the high-end stuff first, which for the price, about £1,800 for some of the monitors, was very expensive. And I said I think the 5 and the 3 are where people are really going to be focusing. So a few months later, we have the 27M2C5500 to take a look at. So this is the 5000 series. The price has come down drastically, I think, from what they originally announced. It's now going to be $429, so much more affordable, even for a 5000 series as well. So I'm really looking forward to actually looking at this. This is the 240Hz 1440p. It's got a 1000R curve on it as well. I don't think I've actually looked at a curved gaming display on the channel yet, so I'm looking forward to this. Now we've got a cut just to do on the top, and then this is a little bit different from most other monitors. Generally you just open them from the top, but this one we're actually going to be putting flat and then opening like this. Here we have some documentation. We've got a power cable. This is a UK one, so of course it will be region dependent where you are. We've got an HDMI cable, we've got a display port, and we've got our pass-through cables. This will be for the USB hub that I'll show you later on. It's nice to see these aren't all in plastic as well, minus the power cable. A lot of unnecessary waste goes in with all the cables and things, so it's nice that they are not used very much. So we have this, of course, is the stand. Very familiar. It's going to have one of the thumb screws on the bottom to lock everything in. Kind of a texture design on the base. I'm not too sure if that was on the original when I saw it in Paris. I can't really remember. But it's nice, a little bit different. I also want to quickly mention that they used this really hard stuff on the corners of all the boxes to really protect it. So it was really well padded when it arrived, so no damage whatsoever. But really quite hard. So now let's take this part away and we'll get into the meat and potatoes of the actual monitor. So we have our stand on the left. Now this is a VESA 400 compatible if you'd rather go with some other way of mounting it to, clipping it onto the stand. We've got a Evnia logo on there as well. We've got different adjustments as well that I'll show you in a minute. Fully matte design on this bit minus the very top. It does actually make me think that there's something kind of like, bits of polystyrene or whatever that I have to get off, but it's just actually part of it. Then of course the monitor. I'll use the bag I think to lift this out. So let's put our stand together. So like I said, it's the standard, just one that slots together, and then we've got a thumb screw to secure. While I do this, I want to quickly ask you guys, would you like to see a long-term review alongside a standard review? I'm thinking maybe 3 or 4 months just to see, anything that pops up after using it for a number of weeks. Now it's looking like this will be the first hands-on video of this monitor in person as well, so hopefully there'll be a few new people to the channel that are looking to see coverage of this. So, your guys' opinion will be especially important if you want to see a longer term review. And you can see there's the texturing that we saw on all of the designs, are very squared rather than just a plain curve. Controls on the back of the monitor there for our menu. Kensington lock on the side. Let's run through all of our ports while we're here as well. So on the left, we've obviously got our power. Then there's an absolute plethora. We've got 2 HDMI 2 ports, then 2 display ports. These are 1.4. 4 USB ports. These are USB 3.2 Gen 1, so 5 gigabits per second. And you can actually do 2 of these with fast charge as well, which is the yellow one. So if you've got a mobile phone you want to charge off of it, you can do that. Then there's the USB-B, which is the upstream, which you'll plug into your PC. Then at the end, we've got a headphone jack as well. So this is, like I said, 240 Hertz. That's over DisplayPort though, it won't do over HDMI. You've got a maximum 144 over HDMI. Let's clip this in. There you go. So now that's on there, we've got some side-to-side adjustment. There's also a pivot on there as well. And of course, height adjust. Let's see how low we can go. There you go. And of course, this is at the top. Now let's talk about color and things. So this is 98.5% of the NTSC and then 119% of the sRGB color gamut. I will be doing color work with this as I'll be editing videos. So it'll be interesting to see how I get on with it. It's got a 1 millisecond gray to gray response and then a 0.5 moving picture response time in terms of latency, very fast. All the little touches, we've got the Philips logo on the right hand side of the monitor and there's an Evnia logo on the left. The screen itself is a VA panel. It's got a maximum brightness of 400 CDM2 and maximum contrast of 3000 to 1. I'm going to get this now plugged in so you can see what the image is like and have a look at the menu and things. So the power button seems to be the joystick as well. Little power light. Doesn't seem very vibrant straight out of the gate. That's something I would adjust. Personally, I like a little bit of a brighter display. But let me get the camera in closer and then we can do a little bit of a look at the menu. So if we press left by default, we've got different display modes. Well, FPS is just a drastic jump. That actually looks great, just that preset alone. So then if we go back into that, let's see what other ones we've got. So racing, a little bit more saturation, RTS, movie. I quite like that mode actually, that looks quite vivid. Low blue modes, that does have a setting also you can control yourself if you want to adjust it a little bit more. Easy read, well, so basically grey. Economy, very dim, not a fan. Smart uniformity, that looks quite nice actually. A little bit less brightness, so better from the power. Game 1 and Game 2. Game 1 looks nice as well. I think for me, even though it is an FPS profile, I think that would work well as just a general daily workflow. It's got a nice bit of saturation, not too much, and then a nice level of brightness as well. So we've got all of our different settings here. So adaptive sync will support AMD FreeSync as well. Let's go for our different options. Crosshair if you fancy that. If you're not sure where the middle of your pointer is. Dart boost, let's have a little look at this. Okay, that looks quite good. Wow, drastic changes. I think level 1's quite nice. Low input lag on, of course, by default. Smart response. This is the first time I've looked at this myself as well, so I'm not really familiar with everything that's on here. Your different inputs, you can also do picture in picture as well. So if you want to have one source, PlayStation coming in one, and then your PC on another, you can do that. Audio volume, you know, mute, standard stuff there. Language, system things, some other options as well, screen ratios and aspects. Power LED, we can turn that off as well in the corner if you'd rather not have that on. Resolution notices, some informations on the model and bits and bobs as well. So I've covered off all the key points that I wanted to in this video, but if there's anything more specific you want to know for the review, then do leave a comment down below and I'll make sure it's covered. Also let me know if you'd like to see a longer term review as well. That's something we can definitely do. But I think for the price, $429, it's looking to be good. Of course, time will tell. I'll see if there's anything that comes up, any problems or anything that I notice as we do some testing on it before the review. The color scheme I actually have come to like a lot more than I originally did. Looking at this in the box, the fleck on the stand to then the plain grey on the rest of the monitor didn't look quite right, but altogether as a unit, I think it does look quite nice. I'm impressed with the colour as well at the box with the presets that are on there. It does look very nice, definitely once you go out the default setting as well. It's a little bit dim I think, but the FPS setting does look quite nice as I said. Nice lot of saturation, not too much, and then a nice level of brightness as well. So let me know what you think about the 27-inch CM2C5500, I think that's right. Bit of a mouthful with these monitor names. Let me know what you think about it down below. I'll add links to where you can buy this in the description box below if you want to pick one up as well. Big thank you to Philips and Evnia for sending this out for me to look at, and stay tuned for the future content. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Get subscribed and ding the bell so you don't miss it. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.